Well, we've split the recording into two pieces, so I'm going to repeat myself here and say momentum initial equals momentum final. Once again, we have the conservation of elastic collision version of the formula, which is the mass of the cart before impact plus the mass of the second cart before impact equals the combined mass and the velocity after impact. Mass total is the first mass plus the second. If I want to solve for the velocity final, m1v1 plus m2v2 divided by the total mass will tell me how fast it's going. Now, trying to do this with a problem here, let's see if we can put this in and just isolate ourselves down to one line so we don't confuse ourselves. And remember, we have these formulas here to make it all work, and we're going to be using this one first, or this card first. I have a mass of 15. I have a mass of 1. Rearrange it. What plus 1 equals 15? That would be 14 kilograms. Now that I have that, I have enough information to know the left side and the right, but I don't know velocity final. I can use this formula, and if we pull out a piece of paper, we could then plug everything in and say, I'm going to lose track of where we're at. VF equals M1, which is 14, times 8, because that's the initial velocity. So this is M1, this is V1, plus 1 times 12, all divided by mass total, which is 15. If we take this across, plot the calculator, 14 times 8, so I turn this on, right? 14 times 8 plus 1 times 12, which is 12, is 124, divided by 15, divide by 15, and you get the 8.266, which I'm going to call 8.27. Number that goes there. Now let's see if we did this right. We have the momentum on the left, the momentum on the right. They should be the same number. Now we did round off here, so this is going to be a little off. Actually, I have the 8.2666 number in there. So if I multiply this by 15, I get the number 124. Let's see what the left side looks like. Quantity, 14 times 8, plus quantity 1 times 12, and it tells me 124. And that first problem is done, and I have not made any mistakes because I started off with my little card. Let's try this again for the next one, which is going to looks like it's going to be fairly straightforward. Can you calculate the momentum? Well, let's double check to see if they match. Over here, I've got, because all we're doing here is this problem, 17 times 3 plus 9 times 0, which is 0, I get 51. 26 times 1.96, 50.96, still 51. Did I recognize the two should be the same and that I need to allow for the round-off error? Yeah, we're good. 17. I am looking for velocity 1 initial. So what I need to do is look at my list here and say, okay, do I have a formula that goes with it? Yes, I do. Velocity 1 initial equals the total mass, 4, times 6.25. So I could write this out as velocity 1 equals 4 times 6.25 minus m2, which seems to be 3, times, velocity 2, which is 5, all divided by mass 1, which is 1. If I take my numbers across, 4 times 6.25 is 25. 3 times 5 is 15. Take that across, that would be 10. This is divided by 1, this is divided by 1, and lo and behold, velocity initial should be 10 meters per second. Now let's double check this. 1 times 10 plus 3 times 5, which is 15, gives you the number 25. That should be the momentum here on the left. Let's see if that's the momentum right. 4 times 6.25 is 25. I have not made any mistakes so far because my numbers are coming up pretty close to matching. Problem 18, velocity 2 initial. Once again, I look at this. I have this formula available, and I can say, okay, velocity 2 equals mass total. Well, that's 19. Velocity final is 6 minus m1, which is 10. v1 is 6. All divided by m2, which is 9. I type this out just to drag it out. 19 times 6 is 114 minus 6 times 10 is 60. Divide by 9. 114 minus 60 is 54. Divided by 9. Divide by 9. And I better get the same 6. And besides that, I kind of remember these multiplication tables that I memorized. I think it was 4th grade. And I get 6. So this number better be 6. And then we come along and double check all the numbers here. And it looks like this object didn't change velocity a lot. It just looks like it was doing the same thing before and afterwards. So 10 times 6 is 60. So let's do it. 10 times 6 plus, 9 times 6. See, I have them in the parentheses. Mass times velocity plus mass times velocity equals 114. Let's check my numbers again. 19 times 6, 114. And lo and behold, I matched both times.